Hello friends, welcome back to Bacon Butter. We're gonna get back into the race rig. I've got a pile of componentry just kind of compartmentalized here in the back that we gotta get sorted out along with that 4L80 and a brand new, old to me, new to me, old to you, old to everybody transfer case. Cause here's the thing is past Nate trusted the Chat GPT when it came to this thing here. It's not an MP case at all. It's a Magna, so all the componentry I bought for that out the window. So if you want that for some reason, I'm not gonna reassemblicize it, but you know, you can have it if you want it. Let me tell you what we got done in the meantime. Nearly nothing. There's a new flex plate up there. I tactically acquisitionalized a couple that there and this here. Might as well take a little looky-loo here and see if it does a thing. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, one more. Here we go. Aha! See, third time's charming on her, I think. No belt on that unit. That's fine. That's no big deal. Let's see about this one here. That one's gonna need fuels is on because the carbonationalizer, she's leaking. No big deal. Gotta love the smell of a two smoke. Let's see what we got for this guy now. Let's get a little bit of that there. Let's see, ready? Mark, set, go. Okay, well, see, okay. Turns out free 90 free. You can get quality even then. So let me know down in the comments, friends, what you think we should do with this unit here and that one there. I've got my own schemes, but I'd love to know what it is that you're thinking. Perfect. Suzuki SP 125. No, it's not. RM 125, I think. I don't know. I'm just happy to be here. Also, my Yeji done popped right off the back. I yeeted her down the highway, so I think we're just gonna take a look and see if Stanley can't do the job a little better. Comment what you think that'll sound like. I bet it'll be good though. If you weren't paying attention to them short sections, go take a look, because I added a Yeti cup. It didn't last very long. That's fine. I bet you're thinking, Nate, it's been a month already since you've had this parked in the garage. Well, here's the thing is, you know, I'm not doing this on the daily. So if you want to see more of this content and see me fire stuff out a little quicker, get down there and subscribe, you guys, to the channel, because, you know, otherwise we're just not, it'll be less fun is all I'm trying to tell you. So without further ado, let's get into this. I've got to get some studular portions dug out of there. So we're going to get the flamethrower out and see if we can't wreck everything under there. Stay tuned. Well, this is immediately going well. I've decided to start on that back one there. Snapped it right off. I've got myself just this destudulizer 9000 that I picked up from O'Reilly's. Thought I'd give it a go without the flamethrower on there. That was not ideal, so I'll have to get to drilling on that. Okay, we don't need to be going over the board here, so see if we can do this without torch and momoger. I've really got the outside material over temperaturized, so let's see what happens if we get this on there. It's starting to do a turn, so let's put the heavy duty billy on there and see if we can snap another one off. Why not? You know, we're here. Yeah, perfect. Another one snapped right off. Good. Okay, I'm going to bed. Fuck. Well, seeing as that worked so stupendously, let's just do the exact same thing all over again and expect a different result. What could go wrong with that? Nothing, I bet. I think this time I'm gonna try to strategize focusing the heats a little more around the stud and a little less on the stud. Is that gonna help? I doubt it. We're just basically trialing on errors right now, hoping for the best. All right, well, I'm watching some metal flowage here, so let's put this up there and see what happens. That's hot. Okay, come on off there now. Holy shnikes, friends, we got one. I can't even barely be believing it. That's, you know, we should have led with that. So we got 1 out of 6 with the potential of 4. That's terrible. I love it. Here we go. Look, friends, 4 out of 6 ain't too bad. I've swapped the torch body over from that rosebud to the flamethrower, so we'll see if we can maybe just get those out of there with that guy there. I'm less than confident as always, but you know, it's never steered me that wrong before. You know, I haven't died yet, so that's pretty neat. Things are already making hot sounds, so that's a good start. Let's make this tremendously more potent. How about that? We're not gonna do that actually. All it's doing is just blowing out all of the metal bits that are around there, so that's actually not gonna help at all. Guess we're gonna do this with a drill bit. Good. Maybe I would rather be dead. Well, this is exactly what I had in mind today when I knew that I was going to be trying to remove all these studular portions. Drill, baby, drill. Oh, what fun. Are you done yet? I have now snapped a drill bit off in that one and an extractor off in that one. Needless to say, this is going quite well. I think I'm gonna get the plasma and just really let her have it. We're gonna do some damage here. Well, friends, when everything else fails, just grab the lightsaber and, you know, burn it all away. Okay, that's through. Ouch, fuck, ow, 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 ow. Okay, that's also through. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. I think that's gonna be good enough to get a drill bit through. Or I ruined everything. I don't know. Stay tuned. Good news, I've defeated the exhaust stud demons. All it took me was about 5 drill bits, 2 extractors, a couple taps, a right-handed unit, every torch in the shop. That's fine, it's out, they're tapped, they're clean, adjacent. You probably put some new studular sections in there and then maybe a transmissionary someday.
Freaking look at the mess that this guy just left all over the place.
You know I can hear you, right?
Alright, so the cleaning crew is back. Someone got his exhaust studs in there.
They're in.
Hey, what do you got going on over here?
I've been arguing with the transmissionary coolant downer because all of the fittings are from China. They're from China. So nothing fits the way that you want it to. That's fine. I just drilled them, tapped them, and now we've got some AN connecting dealy boppers down on the bottom there. This big transmissionary cooler, and that's way more betterly good than that one, because that's just a little fella, so we'll send that back to whence it came. I'm just getting it installed now. I've decided to go ahead and do that bestest way that I know how. I'm gonna use some zip ties because that's gonna be fine. So take your zip tie, drop a washer on there, and then you can kind of just tuck her in through the back. It'll go right through those little finular sections. Nope, down one. Nope, up one. Good news, I can't actually see anything that I'm doing. There it is, okay. Grommet, why not? You know, safety third.
Oh, for the vibrations.
For vibrationals, yep. And then we'll come up. We're gonna go back through that guy there. And I pre-clipped them ends right off of that spur zip them downs.
Well, look at you.
And look here now, see what this does?
You're using your brain.
Yeah, your brain. You got a smooth brain. No ridges or bumps or valleys or lumps. Dots just roll right off of it. And boom, that's in there.
Wow.
Bob's your freaking uncle. And there it is. And look at that. I didn't have to make any brackety bits, and it's just going to zipper down right up against there. And what could go wrong with that? Nothing, I bet. And if, you know, you think that it's not going to work, you can go just do yourself a favor and suck start anything that you want that's got some velocity to it, because I'm not interested in hearing your opinion. Like and comment. Okay, now I just got to, with the and then back to there. And we might actually, physically, literally, unintentionally or intentionally, who knows, put in a transmission tonight. It's possible. Don't hold your breath. You might die. Scalpel.
What are you doing?
What are those? These are the AN fittings, which I started at hating, but now I've become quite fond of. The fit up just ends up being really nice and clean, as you can see. Now we've performed my favorite measure of strategery, which is measure none, cut a bunch. And I'm just guessing wildly at where these are supposed to land on that transmissionary. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us in the tuchus. Male goes into female. Do yourself a favor, lube it up. She'll appreciate you for it. And then that literally, that little capular section goes over the top. These things just plug in and screw right in and bang! High pressure fittings, and you didn't have to press nothing. You didn't have to scooch on nothing. And we found these on Amazon for next to nothing as the dollars go. So that's, you know, that's pretty neat when you're balling on a budget, is basically I am at all times, because, you know, can't focus on one project. Got to spend money on 312. Boom, peach cake. So those are ready to go. That's all up there. Them's exhaust studs, we got that out of the way, as you remember. I think I'm going to roll a transmission area up in here. All right, well, the torque converter actually even installationized kind of smoothly, allegedly. That's a 2400 stall converter, I think. So that should be a little better with the transmission area that we're using, but I don't know. Yes, buddy. Those are certainly all words, my guy.
I put the transmission area on the jack wrong way, so now we got to jack her around, pull her around. Hopefully it doesn't fall on the floor. That's fine. Worse things have happened. I think we're going to be okay here.
There we go. Yeah, perfect. What went wrong? Nothing. Who's even worried? Not me, says the walrus. Please don't fall on me. Oh, that's in. That one's in all the way, actually. As you can see, that's miraculous. It's beautiful. It's bittersweet now that I can put this all the way in there. I'm gonna put a bolt in there. I got 2 of them in. That's more than I had before. It's missing a hole for that bolt. The bolty bit down over there. That one. There's no hole in the motor for that. So why is that? I don't know. If you know, let me know. I don't know what I have, is basically the moral of the story that I'm getting to here. So hopefully...
I know what I have, though.
What?
I found some pictures of some titties.
Well, that's demonetized. So long, friends. Listen, I appreciate all that it is that you've done over there. You're making magic happen, and I appreciate you for it. Okay, here's the thing. Past Nate, he has strucketh again in a mighty way. Transmissionary, that's up there. But I got an MP 263, which is the electrized version of the transfer case, of which we need to go in there. Good work, me. I need to find the other one now. And in the meanwhile, I've got that cross-membulary device that needs to come out into this general direction, kind of. So I'm thinking that maybe I'm just gonna lop and chop and, you know, right there, and make a all the way hoopular section. It might be adjustable, who knows? We know we might get kind of fancy with it. I don't. Or maybe I'll just put a bar in there and call it a day. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to the table now, is what I'm trying to tell you. So, okay, Kyle, do you want your camera back now? A better fabricationalist would have measured this before taking it out of the vehicle, but I just got so jazzy Jeffed about taking it out of there. I forgot to actually mark where it was that I was going to cut it, which is, in fact, the whole reason that I put it back up in there to begins with. I'm just going to go off the rust line now, so we'll continue to just kind of utilize the measure none, cut a bunch policy around here, and lop those off, plates, bar, and then, you know, it'll all probably fit again. So, okay, you can cut to a cutting scene for the next thing, you know. I think that I have got this at least halfway sorted out in chargeable fashion, so we're gonna take a look. Got that all kind of adjustable now, speed holes, because why not? So I think now I'll bring it back down over to the table.
is, friends. We've got a bit of a cross-membular device, fabricationalized in pretty simple sort of way. Adjustable even, up and down, as we need, you know, if we need it. I don't actually know where it's supposed to live because past Nate screwed up that T-case operation. That's fine, we'll sort that out. Figured we'd get that hard part done in the meantime. Now, if you're liking the content, friends, like and subscribe because we got more coming with this. Got to get that transfer case all up in there. Them drive shafts, those are probably going to be a different size, likely. And I've got to figure out how to tune this thing. So if you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button, follow along, go follow the sponsors, Heatwave Visual, Brunt Workwear, you know, the regulars, and Taxi Garage, they're pretty neat too. I don't know, sure there's other ones, could be other ones. If you want to be another one, Milwaukee, looking at you there, guys. Okay, anyway, yeah, here we go. That's all there. I'm all here. He's all over there. Okay, bye.
Better fix that wall before my dad comes home. Hits me with a belt. Never gonna believe a walking bowl of punch broke in here.
You okay, dude?
What?